Hometown Magazine on AM 1160 WCCS.
Good morning and welcome to Hometown Magazine. I'm Josh Whittison along with Chuck Clark. And later on in our show today, we'll be getting the latest word from Fox News about some issues going on, including how Pennsylvania ranks on an educational level. And we'll also have our exclusive interview with Carol Burnett and Rich Little from the 2014 Harvey Awards last Friday. That was a wild time, to say the least. But we're going to start right now with the first of a new series of interviews on Hometown Magazine that are going to deal with schools in Indiana County. And we have invited a lot of the school districts in Indiana County to take part in our show and to talk about some school news, some goings-on in the area, because we feel that sometimes some of the best news stories come right out of our own schools in our own school district. And we're glad to start off with the Homer Center School District. And joining us right now is the principal of Homer Center Junior Senior High School, Jody Rainey. Jody, good to have you on our show.
Thanks for having us, Josh. Appreciate it.
And you brought two young guests with you today, so we'll get to them in just a couple of shakes here. But I know that we want to talk about what you call post-secondary prep. I always called it senior prep when I was in high school, but post-secondary preparations, this is SATs, looking at colleges, things like that. Every good junior in their spring session or senior in their fall session should be thinking about it right now.
They should. I think that we'll start by saying this is we look at every child. We realize not everyone will be going to a four-year college. So what we try to do is define what we would consider a positive post-secondary placement. So for us, that would include kids that are going to a four-year degree institution, a trade school, or a two-year college, full-time gainful employment that could sustain a family, or even a career in the military. So we have kids that are interested in all those things, and that the post-secondary process actually begins as early as their sophomore year.
Wow. So really, the process has changed a lot since I was in school, since you were in schools, since a lot of us were in school, so that it's now taking in certain other factors and other interests that kids may have.
Oh, absolutely. STEM careers are huge today. Science, technology, engineering, and math, those are the hot fields. So we have courses for that. We do a lot of things through our guidance office, junior interviews, to find out which each junior wants to pursue as they move past Homer Center and into their post-secondary training. So we do a lot of different things, and it has changed quite drastically. One of the things that we are beginning this year, we've had an SAT prep course in the past, but it seems like we can't get our kids scheduled for those. And today is actually the first day, so my two guests are actually missing their first day of SAT prep.
Well, we better get them on the air as quick as we can. Then I'll have the first young lady to come up to the microphone. What's your name?
Rachel Worcester from Homer Center High School.
Rachel, you are obviously a junior then?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you want to do after you graduate from Homer Center?
My future plans for right now are to become an ER doctor.
All right. That actually sounds pretty good. You know, a lot of study is ahead of you then.
I know.
But it looks like you're preparing for it with this class. Now, what are you hoping to get out of the SAT prep?
Well, I'm going to plan on taking my SATs this winter. So I'm planning to get a lot of preparation, and I'm scheduled for the PSATs. Our school is offering towards the middle of October. So I'm hoping to kind of see where I need to continue my studies in and kind of touch up on some things before I take the actual SATs in this winter.
So the PSATs in this case means practice SATs.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Now, have you already thought about what colleges you want to go to?
I looked at IUP for a little bit, but then I was planning on going to Seton Hill for like my medical and pre-med school.
All right. Well, I think those are some good choices there. I know you've got a lot of choices ahead of you. We'll have the other young lady come up here. Now, what is your name?
Amber McAdoo.
And Amber, you are a junior as well?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously you're in the SAT class as well, but you're also thinking about college. How has Homer Center helped you in getting information about colleges?
We have junior interviews with our guidance counselors, so they inform us, they ask us what we want to do, and they just kind of guide us along and prepare us for what we want to do once we tell them our plans and like give us ideas and stuff.
So in your case, you actually got a chance to speak with your guidance counselor about what?
They asked me like my plans and like what I plan on doing, and then like colleges I want to attend, and like they just gave me advice on how they're going to help me and stuff to get there.
I would also assume that they've also talked to you a lot about scholarships too.
Not so much this year. That's more of a senior year type thing, but they will next year. That's more scholarships.
You're anticipating that.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do with your career?
I'm not totally positive right now. I know I want to be in the criminal justice system. I want to do stuff in there.
Okay, so criminology may be a way to go, forensic studies, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a wide open field there. Let's bring Jody back in here on this. Jody, I know that with the guidance office helping out, there's a lot of great assistance there in helping the juniors and seniors find out where they need to go if they want to live their dreams.
Yeah, there's a lot of processes. The one is Amber talked about the junior interviews. What they do there is they'll talk to them about what college, like what they want to do post-secondary, start talking to them about college visits, because we do believe strongly that, you got to match your interest and also with a college that fits your personal lifestyle and your desires. So they'll talk a lot about that. Tomorrow is the career fair at IUP, which is hosted by the Indiana County Counselors Association. Actually, Homer Center counselors are responsible for operating the career fair tomorrow. So they have that opportunity. The juniors will be attending that. Their senior years, when they get into, they do what they call senior check-ins to make sure that they still have the same interest. If they've changed, talk about, you said earlier, scholarships, again, college visits, the application process. A lot of times kids get a little bit late behind on getting sure that they apply to the colleges. So they got to know those deadlines and things like that. So our counselors do an exceptional job of communicating, and also financial aid night, because obviously for parents, that's a major burden, and they need to prepare for that. So also we offer every year financial aid night in early September for all of our parents, just so they can start looking at how they can fund their children trying to better themselves in a post-secondary opportunity.
Of course, Jody, not every student will have the goal of attending college after they graduate, and schools today have the resources because there are so many opportunities that await somebody upon graduation.
Yeah, some do. I would say this, I go back to what I said at the beginning, is we do have kids that they're pursuing trade schools, and our counselors have to be well-versed in those processes as well. One of our counselors, Tammy Buffone, actually attended an educator a boot camp at down for the Marines. So also known the processes and things like that, because the military will give our kids great opportunities to train and give them money for school upon completing their military commitment. So we have kids that are going to be pursuing a lot of different things, and we got to be prepared to give them the best opportunity to prepare themselves as they move forward.
All right, we thank our representatives from Homer Center High School. Hope to see you every month, bringing us up to date on what's making news in the Homer Center School District.